Long before the Rothschild name became a symbol of wealth, it began in the narrow streets of Frankfurt. In that city, reputation could open doors that money alone could not. Mayer Amschel Rothschild did not inherit an empire. He learned how trust moved through people. He watched coins, letters, merchants, and princes pass through the same hidden channels. And he understood something most people missed. Information could travel faster than power. At first, his world was small, crowded, and tightly controlled. But inside that narrow world, he built a discipline that would later cross borders. Every relationship mattered, every promise carried weight, and every mistake could close a door. This was not the story of sudden riches. It was the story of patient access. Before the family became famous, Mayer was learning how influence was really built. His first advantage came from objects that powerful men already desired. Rare coins were not just collectibles, they were passports into elite rooms. A coin dealer could stand close to princes, collectors, and court officials without appearing dangerous. Mayer used that position carefully, turning expertise into credibility. He did not rush to look powerful. He became useful to people who already had power. That usefulness became a bridge from trade into finance. The court of Hesse became one of the most important doors in his life. Through patience and precision, Mayer earned a place near serious money. He learned that the wealth of rulers needed structure, secrecy, and reliable movement. And from that lesson, the Rothschild system began to take shape. Europe was entering an age where war could break governments and create fortunes. Armies needed money before victories were decided. Rulers needed credit before taxes could arrive. And whoever could move funds safely across borders became more valuable than gold itself. Mayer understood that finance was not only about having money, it was about knowing where money had to be, before others even understood the need. Letters became instruments of power, carrying instructions faster than armies could march. Trust became a network, and the network became a weapon. In a world of uncertainty, reliability was worth more than brilliance. That was the foundation Mayer built for his sons. His most important decision was not a single investment. It was the design of a family system. He placed his sons across Europe like anchors in the most important financial cities. Frankfurt remained the root, but London, Paris, Vienna, and Naples became extensions of the same mind. Each city had its own politics, risks, and opportunities. But the family communicated as one disciplined network. This made them different from ordinary bankers who depended on one office or one market. The Rothschilds could see problems from several capitals at once. When one city trembled, another could respond. When news moved slowly for others, it moved through the family faster. That coordination became one of their greatest advantages. Governments discovered that the Rothschilds could do what many treasuries could not. They could raise money, transfer funds, and support state finance across borders. This made them useful during war, but also powerful during peace. Bonds became more than pieces of paper. They became a way to connect rulers with investors. The family helped turn confidence into capital, and once confidence became capital, governments could act before they had cash in hand. This is why their influence spread beyond ordinary banking. They were not simply storing wealth, they were organizing trust at a continental scale. In that system, speed and credibility worked together, and few families managed both with the same discipline. London became one of the strongest centers of this expanding network. Nathan Rothschild understood markets with unusual intensity. He knew that price was not just a number, It was a signal of fear, confidence, and timing. In London, news could move markets before official announcements arrived. The family network gave Nathan an edge in understanding the direction of events, but the deeper strength was not rumor, it was preparation. They built systems so that when opportunity appeared, they were already positioned. The result was a banking house that seemed faster than the world around it. To outsiders, that speed looked almost mysterious. In reality, it came from discipline, communication, and relentless attention to detail. The Rothschild family also understood the danger of becoming careless with success. Wealth can expand quickly, but trust can disappear in a single failure. So the family treated reputation as capital. They controlled risk, protected relationships, and kept decisions within a disciplined circle. This did not make them invincible, but it made them unusually durable. Across generations, their greatest asset was not only money. It was the ability to survive changing rulers, wars, crises, and public suspicion. Many fortunes rise because one moment is favorable. The Rothschild fortune endured because the family built systems around uncertainty. That is why their name stayed alive long after the first opportunities passed. As Europe changed, the family changed with it. Railways, mines, government loans, and industrial finance opened new forms of power. The old world of coins and court access gave way to infrastructure and global capital. But the principle remained the same. Find where trust is needed, then build the bridge that money can cross. The Rothschilds did not control history, but they understood how history was financed. Behind battles, treaties, and industrial growth, capital had to move. And those who moved it safely shaped what became possible. That is the real lesson behind the legend. Power often belongs to the people who make others believe the system will hold. Mayer Amschel Rothschild did not begin with a palace, an army, or a throne. He began with trust, memory, patience, and a small place in a crowded city. From that beginning, he built a method that outlived the world that created it. The family name became surrounded by myth, but the foundation was practical. Know the people, protect the promise, move faster than uncertainty. That formula changed the scale of private banking. It also showed how finance could become a hidden architecture beneath politics. The story is not that money alone ruled Europe. The story is that trust, information, and timing could become more powerful than money. And that is why the Rothschild name still echoes through financial history.